suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
You're right, Bill. The fucking thing does suck. It all sucks. It always sucks. And that's why we're here every Tuesday night. FUBAR Weekly Show. Thank you, kids, for tuning in. With me, as always, is the lovely, the talented, the beautiful Nicole Raven.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. I hope it was genuine.
It was. Squeaky.
Yeah, I know.
Nicole lost her voice. She got it back, unfortunately, for Mike. We love Mike, but let's see who's watching. Oh, shit. Royce Lopez is watching. Fuck, man. Now I'm hitting big time now. What's up, Royce? Mike Vanacore, what's up? Stan, you sexy fuck. Julie, Michael Weston. Oh shit, we got Viper in the house. Viper is watching.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Hey, Viper.
Hot shit, what's up, brother? Anthony Williams, what's up, coach? Vicky Castilla. Vicky is awesome. I've known Vicky a very long time. I used to work with her. She's good peeps. How's everybody doing tonight? Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. And Preston, what's up? Cynthia, what's up? Monica, what's up? I got people on the Ellen, what's up? I got people watching over here on the watch party bullshit, and I got the live feed, and I got YouTube, and shit's all crazy. Anyway, people, a couple things I'm going to bitch about at 9:30. We got Sarah calling in. We're going to ask the escort and get your hooker questions ready. We're gonna find out and learn things together about the industry of sex. Couple things I want to bitch about, though. The title shows that I am annoyed. I am a little bit annoyed. Are you annoyed at anything, Nicole? No,
not currently. Surprisingly,
hot shit. Can have to happen sometime. One thing I'm annoyed about is I'm sure everybody has seen the video of that fucking midget in the Long Island bagel store. I reached out to him. I wanted to do a show with him in New York. I'll be up there. For all you New Yorkers, I'll be in town August 1st, Thursday night. I'll be doing a show at Broadway Comedy Club with Julius Donat. I appreciate you putting me on that show, Julius. So while I was up there, I wanted to put a show together with the crazy fucking bagel store incel asshole. And people bitching annoys me. That's true, Stan. So I wanted to put a show together. I heard the guy was homeless. I heard the guy, was on hard times. He's a nut job, but I like nut jobs. Nut jobs are my kind of people. So reached out to him. Me and Peter Wolfinger, we're going to put this together. It was good. We had this great idea plan that was going to really help this guy out. Somebody, I don't know who is his fucking handler up there, who's his boss, because you're not God, you're not my father, you're not my boss. I don't know who his boss is now. I reached out to see if they were interested in doing it, and I reached out Saturday. I got an email back today. Let me read this fucking joke of an email to you. I don't mind, if I got to throw a couple bucks to somebody to do shit. Like we were planning on trying to make money for this guy, trying to really help him out. Peter Wolfinger and myself, we try to do what we can for people. We like helping people. We like doing things. This isn't just about us and putting money in our pockets. We want to help people out. That's our thing. So I reached out to him. He responds to me. I got an auto response back, generic. Thanks for your message. We're away. Thanks for reaching out. Got an email today. Hey, Roger. Right now, we are only doing interviews with large audience media outlets or smaller podcasts willing to pay $1,000 for our time. Thanks for reaching out.
He's trying not to be homeless.
I get that. And he could have potentially made more than that by doing a show with us. We could have done something. And as I'm thinking about it, after looking at that response, dude's asking $1,000 for a small podcast. Now, for those of you who don't have a podcast, all probably two of you left that don't have a podcast, most podcasts are self-funded. I don't get paid for this. Nicole doesn't get paid for this. I actually pay for this. I have it. I'm so fucking lazy. But I'm supposed to be putting episodes up on Podbean because I'm paying for Podbean. I paid for the equipment out of my own pocket. So I'm not dropping $1,000 to interview somebody whose 15 minutes of fame should have ended 20 minutes ago. Nicole doing fucking Instagram selfies. I'm not going to pay $1,000 to interview some fucking, and this guy just seems like an asshole. He's not funny. He's just a mean, unhappy dickhead of a person. And it just, I'm not gonna fucking shell out money to interview this guy. Forget doing a show. Like, we were gonna put a show together in New York at a club, and the idea that Peter had is Peter has those giant inflatable dicks with the harnesses. We were gonna have him cockfight. Shit, our show has cost us way more. Same thing here, Stan. I've put more than $1,000 into the show, and if I'm gonna pay somebody, it's gonna be somebody. Not some fucking asshole who got his ass kicked in a bagel store because he's a fucking dickhead jabroni. All right. I'm going to pay money to get an actual somebody of substance, somebody with something to offer the world as far as knowledge or experience or expertise or artistry or something. So stop being a cheap ass bitch. Fuck you, Cynthia. I love you. You're my favorite sister. I love Cynthia. Yeah, if I'm going to pay $1,000, I'm going to pay $1,000 to Vic DiBitetto. I'm not going to actually do that because I'm fucking broke. I'm not going to pay $1,000 to anybody. But if I'm going to pay $1,000, I'm going to pay for somebody that's fucking worth a shit, not some fucking bagel store dick face. So fuck that guy. Were they good bagels though? I don't know, but the store it was Bagel Boss in Bayshore. So anybody on the island, go patronize that place for putting up with this dickhead. Book him before Howard Stern snatches him up. Cynthia, some fucking low life jabroni already fucking snatched him up, and they want $1,000 per interview. So fuck that. Howard Stern won't even pay him $1,000 for an interview. He's nobody. But the day after, this place was offering, if you went in and offered or mentioned the video, this bagel shop was giving away mini bagels, which is just fucking perfect. It was absolutely fucking perfect. So I'm annoyed that somebody hit like, oh, you could do an interview for $1,000. If I'm interviewing you for $1,000, you better be blowing me. All right, seriously. He really wouldn't have to reach up high either. Nicole, what's the shortest guy you ever dated? Close your ears, Mike. Mike's a tall dude.
Mike is a tall dude, and I've never dated.
And you are a fucking short.
I'm a short dude.
You're a short chick. You're short, dude.
I'm a short chick, and I think I'm getting shorter as I get older.
All of us are.
Okay, yeah. I assume so. Just for reference, I'm somewhere between 5'2" and 5'3", depends on the time of day. And
or the shoes.
Oh, the shoes. I've never dated anybody shorter than me. I have dated somebody who is like 1 inch taller than me. Okay. So whatever that is. Now,
I'm asking you this because you're sitting here with me. But
yes.
If you were, is that like a make or like you wouldn't date a short dude? I mean, you're short, so it's really hard to find guys that are shorter than you. But like, if a short dude was like everything was cool with him, everything was awesome, good looking dude, just proportionately short, would you not date him because he's short?
Probably. Because I like wearing heels, and I can't be taller than my boyfriend.
All right, fair enough.
So, and I'm like you said, I am already very short. So
Cynthia's asking what the hell kind of phone case is that? It's a rabbit. I think it's made out of my rabbit that died last year.
What was her name?
Lily. Tiger Lily.
This is Tiger Lily.
Aww.
I asked you if you wanted to preserve her.
No. Well, I mean, I kind of would have. My kids looked at it. Roger's response was, "Hey, 4 lucky rabbit's feet in a purse or a fucking a hat."
I would have just given you guys the bones in an ice box.
Yeah, instead we got our ashes in a fucking ashtray. It's pretty cool.
In an ashtray?
And it's like a little fucking thing.
Oh, it's like pressed into an ashtray?
No. It's like in a fucking urn, like a little box.
Oh, okay.
It's called an ashtray.
I thought
Cynthia, you didn't fucking know that? Lily died last year. No, I didn't cook her. When we had gone to New York, for those who aren't familiar with this story, like my sister, we had gone to New York for a week around 4th of July weekend. And I had a friend of mine who is an absolute animal lover. She would never do anything. So I don't blame her for the rabbit dying. The rabbit was old she was an unfixed female rabbit and she was like 7 years old. That's old for an unfixed rabbit. So being in a new environment probably just stressed her out and she died. And that happens when you have pets, they die. So she called me up like flipping out. She's like, "You're gonna hate me." We took her to the vet and wrapped her up. So yeah, the feet weren't so lucky. But here's the thing. Like my kids were in New York for the summer, and it happened while we were in New York. So I didn't want to tell them because I didn't want them to be upset. So I didn't say anything that the rabbit died. Every time they'd ask, they're like, "How's Lily?" I'm like, she's fine. She's chilling.
Did they put her in the freezer while you were away?
No, she's like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "I mean, cremate it, whatever." Like, why would it? I know you're upset because I didn't give you the bones. All right.
I know, but I was just wondering what you did with her.
I never saw her corpse.
Oh,
yeah. My friend took care of all of it, and I appreciate her taking care of it. But so I didn't tell him. I didn't say anything to the kids. And originally, my wife and I had agreed that we shouldn't say anything to the kids, and then it became like we should have told the kids. And like now I'm the fucking bad guy. Which whatever. I'm always a bad guy.
Why do you think that you should have told the kids? Just let them find out when they get home and just be like,
that's what I was thinking. We didn't want to ruin your time. So fast forward to the end of the summer when we go back up to pick the kids up. Nicole collects bones. When we go back up there, we go back up to bring the kids down. I'm like in the pool. I forget where my wife was. It was just like me and the kids in my in-laws pool. So the kid's like, "Oh, so how's Lily doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, we kind of need to talk about this for a moment."
Wait, they were home and they were still asking what happened?
No, they were at my in-laws up in New York.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Well, we kind of got to talk about this, kids. Lily died."
Oh.
My daughter's response at 10 years old was, "I didn't like her anyway. She bit me." I'm like, all right, fair enough. Raj was like, "Hey, now we got 4 lucky rabbit's feet." Raven's trying to dig up the rabbit. Viper, man. Dude, Nicole was so upset. The first thing she said to me is, "Oh, can I have the bones?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll clean them up for you and give you the skeleton." Like,
it was going to be like a nice memorial thing. I wasn't just like, "I'm going to do voodoo on your pet."
Well, I don't give a shit. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, like the kids, like, my friend was so upset, like so upset that this happened. And like I said, she's an animal. I don't think she did anything malicious. Not in a million years would I think that. Like I said, older rabbit in a new environment. She's got dogs. The rabbit was probably smelling the dogs and freaking the fuck out, stressed out. It happens. Shit happens. Things die. Everything dies.
Do you want to hear a creepy story about me in my life?
Okay.
So I had a mouse a long time ago when I was growing up, and
was his name Mickey?
No, her name was China.
Oh.
And she was a little white albino mouse.
Nice.
And she died, and I decided to bury her in the backyard. And I picked a spot that was like in a cross section of like the 2 like fence posts, so I would know where it was.
Okay.
And so I buried her. I gave her a nice little, mouse funeral, and I put a paver on top of the spot so my dog wouldn't dig it up. And then that night I had this dream that she like crawled up out of the dirt and was like, "You're a horrible pet owner." So then fast forward many, many years later, when I moved back into that house, and I decided to be a weirdo and go looking for the box, and it wasn't there. So I don't know what happened.
Somebody probably ate it. Oh man. So yeah.
Trying to dig up the bones. Do you know that you can have your loved one's ashes pressed into a record?
You can have them pressed into a record. You can have them pressed into a diamond. You can have them launched into space. You can have them buried at sea. You can have
them tattooed. You can turn them into a light bulb glass. So
I want to have them mixed into some Wendy's chili and served to all my exes. This way I can tear that ass up one more time.
I was going to say, if you got pressed into a record, they could play you even after death.
What song? Like if you could, all right, feel free, boys and girls in the peanut gallery. If you could have your ashes pressed into a vinyl record, what song would it be? Like Another One Bites the Dust is like obvious.
R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly.
I believe I can fly.
I'm kidding. I don't.
I believe I can pee on underage girls.
I feel like if it was me, I would like to troll people even after death. So it would be Never Gonna Give You Up from Rick Roll.
Oh. Rick Astley follows this show on Twitter.
Really?
Not only does Rick Astley, the Rick Astley, follow the FUBAR Weekly Show on Twitter, he followed us before I followed him. How about that? I actually think we talked about that when Viper was here.
Come hang out with us, please.
Yeah, come on, Rick.
Please,
I'll give you
Rick.
$1,000. Rick Astley, if you do an interview, I will give you $1,000. I'll probably have to sell some sperm and 2 kidneys, but I'll pay you $1,000. Fuck the bagel guy. I'll pay Rick Astley 1,000 bones.
I'll bring snacks.
Seriously. And all I want him to tell me, I want him to look into my eyes and tell me he's never going to give me up. That's all I want. That's all I fucking care about. I will survive. That's a good one. Lexi, the hookers come on at 9:30. I will survive is a good one. Let the bodies hit the floor. I would want like maybe Marilyn Manson's version of This Is Halloween, just because it's a good fucking version of it.
I don't know. I'm a troll in real life. Like my tagline is, "Hi, my name is Cole, and I like to be a troll sometimes."
Awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
I just want it would be something silly. It would make something that make people laugh after the fact.
Okay.
It would be a recording of this episode talking about this right now.
That's what you got. FUBAR Weekly into perpetuity. The never-ending song. Oh, that's a good one.
Did my dad write that?
No, your mom did.
Oh, wow.
Moving Out by Billy Joel. I like that.
I had to just uninstall like about 5 apps because I don't have enough memory to install Facebook to share
it's because you get old.
Watch party.
Oh.
Because I have too many apps because I don't have Facebook.
Get rid of fucking Snapchat because Snapchat's fucking stupid.
I don't have Snapchat.
Good.
I just have Instagram and Facebook, and I haven't even had Facebook on my phone in a long time.
Stan says Men at Work Down Under.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I come from land. Oh, speaking of Land Down Under, is Maddie in the peanut gallery tonight? Stairway to Heaven. That's a good one.
That's sad.
What, Stairway to Heaven?
I heard that song today on the radio here.
Did you fucking sing along with that shit?
Yeah,
There's
just like
a lady who shows
I forgot the words.
all that glitters is gold.
And she's by the stairway to heaven.
Going through puberty sucks, doesn't it? Like, I'm surprised the bartender didn't card you. Like, what would you fucking voice finally dropping?
They carded the Asian guys next to me, but not me.
I barked them in.
Oh, you did?
I barked them in, yeah.
Good. I was trying to watch your set. I'm gonna take this off the thing for a second.
That's all right.
Hold on. How do I do this? When I was trying to watch your set, they were eating like this. They kept eating. And I was literally like doing this around them.
While we're on the topic before Sarah calls in, I want to thank Dick Gordon for putting me on the show at Del Mar in St. Pete on Sunday.
That was a cute place.
I like that place. It's nice. I mean, it just sucks the place was empty, but Sunday night it's kind of rough. But I had a couple people show. You came, Mike came, my friend Deborah came. Excuse me, but I barked in the 2 dudes. What's funny is those 2 dudes, they like came in. I thought it was like Harold and Kumar. That's like what they reminded me of.
Yeah, for
real.
real.
An Asian guy and an Indian guy. So they come in, they walk, I bark them in. I'm like, hey, it's a free comedy show tonight. I'm on it and I'm awesome. So like, oh, well, check it out. So they go in and then they leave. While I'm still standing out there, I'm like, fuckers, you said you were going to stay. Like, oh, we'll be right back. We're just going to, and they fucking went wherever and they came back and they fucking stayed.
Yeah.
And they stayed for the whole show.
I told them what to eat.
Nice.
And then they did.
Did you, that whole bowl of raw shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, fucking whole fucking bowl of bait.
They had like 3 different bowls of raw shit. And I got the one that sounded the least repulsive.
Can I be pressed into a jukebox? Sympathy for the Devil. That's a good one.
Ooh.
Running with the Devil. That'd be a good one. Running with the Devil. Fucking Van Halen, David Lee Roth.
I would do Personal Jesus from Marilyn Manson, not from the Eurythmics.
Here's something interesting. If you really want to hear something fucking hilarious, you can go on YouTube and you can find David Lee Roth's isolated vocal track to Running with the Devil, and it is fucking awful. It's like a whole bunch of fucking Diamond Dave yelling, "Woo! Oh yeah!" It's just, it's bad. It's bad without the music.
Matt Shady Collins responded to FUBAR Weekly's video share.
Ooh.
I finally got on.
He
Facebook
come from the land down under.
Do we have a watch party going?
We have I have a watch party going from my page, from my regular personal ass page.
Wait, I can share the video.
You should be able. You can share it. Like from here, I couldn't share it. It's weird.
Share to your story.
Look at me in a brand new Hyundai.
I will walk 5,000.
Yeah, those guys were Scottish, not Australian.
I know, but I always get those two bands confused.
What's funny was at lunch today, me and Raj were talking about Australia, and I brought up Kylie Minogue, and I had to show him a picture of who Kylie Minogue was.
I just know she's blonde and tall and thin, but I don't, and I don't even know that's what she still looks like. I haven't heard that name.
She definitely looked better in the 80s, 90s. Like she's like, not that she's getting old and ugly. I just think she was better looking when she was younger.
Why does Stan say you suck?
Probably because I do.
23 minutes ago, Stan said you suck.
That's all right. That's okay. I do suck a little bit.
Barry says he thinks you're hot.
Who says that?
Barry Vicio Vapor Vandalay says, I think you're hot. I assume he means you, not me.
I don't know.
Well, thanks, Barry Vandalay. Because
Barry Vico Vapor Vandalay.
What did I say?
I don't know, but that's a whole lot of alliteration right there.
I know. I like alliteration. I like alliteration. It makes me lick my lollipops. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.
So for those of you just tuning in, we'll be talking to Sarah, doing an Ask the Escort segment. She'll be calling in about 9 minutes.
I actually had some questions prepared for her today.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'll wait.
Okay. Wait.
They were both mildly inappropriate, but also some of them were.
Okay.
But I'm actually genuinely interested. So I hope that, I mean, now I want to know.
What I'm going to do is if we do 20 questions with her, I want to make sure I have them and not have to scroll through my phone. So I'm going to email them to myself.
It's a good idea. And I have a phone at your disposal as well, if that helps.
Woot, woot. No, I can pull it up on my computer.
Wait, didn't you write them down the other day?
We half-assed it, like out of order.
Yeah, so. I know we have like 23 questions, but at least we got 20 of them down.
Copy to clipboard. That's not going to work. Actually, it will.
Come from the land down under.
So I went to Busch Gardens today. I like Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens is fun. Some good stuff. They really, I mean, they keep that park nice.
They
not
do.
Like a shithole. It's not like it's a Six Flags or something.
Fuck that. Six Flags. No, well, you know what? When I first started going to Busch Gardens, when I first went there as a child, I remember at some point, maybe I just made this up in my brain, that they had a lot of different plants. And that's why it was like a Busch Gardens. I know it's Bush, like Anheuser-Busch, but like, you know, they did it like a play on words. And that's why they have all the horticulture sculptures.
What's fun? Those topiaries.
Topiaries.
What's funny is, Maddie's here. Maddie in the motherfucking house. He says, Roger. Why annoyed, Rob? You missed the beginning of the show, but in a nutshell, the guy that went crazy at the bagel store in New York wants $1,000 to be interviewed. I didn't want to interview him. I wanted to do a show to make him money, but he can suck my nuts. Like, seriously, that's fucked up. But even though I'm a Disney fan, I've been to Disney a million times. I used to be an annual pass holder and stuff. My favorite park that I think is the most beautiful is Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
I'm annoyed that my Busch Gardens pass doesn't work in Virginia.
Yeah, there was actually an option and we could have added that on. My sister just sent me this. If you boil a funny bone, it becomes a laughing stock. That's humorous.
All the bone puns.
Well, actually, I came up with an ultimate dad joke. I did a full-on dad joke that was clean today at Busch Gardens. We're walking through, and on this one pathway, there's a statue of a lion sitting on top of the wall.
Yes, he's hidden.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, Raj, see the lion up there?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's a fake lion. So that lion is lion.
I'm gonna use
that lion is lion."
That is an ultimate dad joke.
Thank you.
I'm trying to put this so I can prop it up somewhere.
Okay.
It looks like balls.
Holy crap, Nicole is here. Woohoo. Nicole's been here, dude. What the fuck? Oh, she just joined in the chat.
I just started a watch party.
Oh.
Looks like balls.
It does look like balls.
Oh, sorry. That sounded very strange.
You're talking 5'5", dude. You talking 5 foot tall, 5 foot round foghorn that got dumped like a pile of shit in a bagel shop. Yes, I am talking about that joke gave me cancer. Fuck yeah, Viper. You're welcome.
Hey, my cousin's here.
Nice.
She's watching. I
Sup,
started a watch
cuz?
party too because I could
That's
only
okay.
share your video to my story and not make it a post.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I started a watch party.
That's awesome.
So I think it would be great if all of the people who are having all the separate watch parties could be interacting, but it's dumb that like I can only see my watch party comments. Facebook, step up your game, damn it.
Yeah, for reals, motherfuckers.
I logged into Facebook the other day and the Google App Store prompted me to leave a review on the app. I left them 3 stars and gave them my feelings.
I wouldn't even give them 3 stars. I still owe Facebook money. I probably shouldn't even talk about this because they'll probably like zero in on it and fucking pull me again.
You know that when you talk about something and all of a sudden there's a Facebook ad for it. The other day I did a test, right, with Mike, and we were joking because we had been talking about Anthony Bourdain and Italian cooking and sushi and all this other stuff, right? And so
I want to hang out with that guy.
Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah.
You want to be dead?
Eventually.
Well, no, because we were talking about all this stuff, and then all of a sudden Facebook started prompting us with like Italian cooking and Anthony Bourdain. And so I tried an experiment. I was like, you know what? And so I was
big
like,
floppy donkey dicks.
Well, I told Mike, I said, Mike, think about something random that we haven't talked about in a long, long time. And all of a sudden I just started saying Ovaltine, Ovaltine, Ovaltine. I started talking about Ovaltine, how I haven't had Ovaltine since I was a little kid.
Now I'm gonna get fucking ads for Ovaltine. Thank you.
No, you know what? You know what I got an ad for?
What?
Kool-Aid.
I love Kool-Aid. Mama saying hi. What happened with the yard inspector? He came and I didn't get my lanai yet. I didn't do the lanai yet, but the pool's done, the grass is done, my Jeep is covered, and he's kind of like, whatever. So I have till the end of September to get the other spot done. But he was nice guy, former military, nice guy. I'm still working up the big fuck you to my neighbor. That's going to happen soon.
You should cut a middle finger into your front lawn, like with the lawnmower.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about like I've on that one side, there's a small gate. I was thinking about just taking the middle slat and just making that one higher. On the side of my house, I was just going to write "fuck you" and just put it low on so you can't see it from anywhere unless you looked over the fence. Because that's how, for those, bring everybody up to speed again. My next door neighbor is a douche, and my kids had thrown a bag of trash around the side, like not food trash, just like shit that was on the patio, so empty cans and stuff. They hid it around the side of the house because they didn't want to bring it around to the front. So it was there. I didn't notice. My son mowed the lawn, so I never saw it. My neighbor over the fence took a picture, like had to go up over a fucking 5 or 6 foot stockade fence, take a picture and sent it to my HOA. So at that point I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not doing shit in my backyard. And it went on for 3 years. Like my backyard turned into a fucking jungle. My pool pump died. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to let that shit go green. And he finally called the county inspector and let them into his property to see mine. And so I had to get it fixed. So he's right in being pissed, but I just wanted to piss him off as long as I could. And as long as I get it taken care of by the end of September, I don't face any fines. So everybody can suck my ass. I definitely should not have let it go, though. It's been so much fucking work.
I mean,
yeah, it's so much fucking work.
I feel like you kind of shot yourself in the foot a little bit on that one.
Yeah. I mean, if I probably would have fixed it last year, it wouldn't have been so bad. But I literally pulled at least 1,500 pounds of muck out of the bottom of my pool, like by hand with a skimmer. Oh God, it was bad. It was like had the consistency of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't let your pools go fucking green for 3 years, kids, because that's a dick move. Sarah's gonna be calling in any minute. Get myself mentally.
Can she hear me, or can she only hear me through there?
She can only hear you through the phone.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking low budget as fuck.
I was just making sure so I can yell extra loud when I'm talking to her.
Do that. Do that. So get your questions ready, kids. We're going to be asking the escort. If you can, though, I mean, I have the, let me see if I can do this. I'll put the fucking YouTube page up on the top monitor.
Do you know that if you go to youtube.com, it's Sarah Silverman's page?
No shit.
Right?
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to be calling in from a block. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
I don't have a ton of questions, but I do have some questions that are, I feel like some other people in the...
Oh, here we go.
Okay. But you can do the thing with her first.
Hello and welcome. Whoop. You there? The call was disconnected. What the actual fuck? Hang on.
Wish I would have brought snacks.
Try again. It disconnected. That was weird. Hot.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
Hot. Sorry for the radio silence.
They turn off the air at like 7 o'clock or some shit, right?
Yeah. I got a little fan here, but it doesn't do much.
It's the summer, so I've been carrying a fan around with me. As all Southern belles should. I ain't no Southern belle.
I was going to say, do you really classify as a Southern belle? Because you're from Florida. I mean.
I'm Southern. I'm Belle South.
Belle South.
Okay, so because you're not from here, you probably have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But Southern,
I don't know, but I know this, that once you hit, like you're in the South until you cross over into Florida. And then from there, the further south you go, the more northern it gets.
Yes, that's true.
Except for the weather.
There used to be a phone company called Southern Bell, and then they changed to Bell South.
Yeah, we used to have Bell Atlantic. It was New York Bell, then Bell Atlantic, then 9X.
What phone number do you think Alexander Graham Bell had?
1.
Can you hear this in the internet?
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry about the dis. I don't know why it disconnected the first go round. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Let me turn up your microphone. So everybody, we are talking to Sarah. Say hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi, Sarah.
So everybody knows we're doing an Ask the Escort segment. Let me just quickly catch up on Roger. Get fucking floodlights. Aim towards. We're talking about shit with my neighbor, Maddie. I like your advice. So Sarah is an actual escort. She's not an actress. I mean, she may be an actress in a side job. That's not my business. Not why she's here. But so this is real. So you folks can ask questions. Don't be graphic. Don't be rude. Don't be an asshole. Be respectful. Let's learn shit together. Pretty much. So Sarah.
Yes.
How are you tonight?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Tell us a little bit about yourself as far as just the you, because you are a human. So tell us about you, what you like.
Human. First of all, I am a human.
We know this. We know this.
So I am, let's see. Where to start? I am in my late 40s.
Okay.
I love learning and traveling and reading. I have 2 degrees. That's
really?
unusual, right?
Now, can I ask what are your degrees in?
Well, one, I don't want to give too much away because that's, it can be identifiable. So I will say that one is in political sciences.
Okay.
That sort of a thing. And the other one is in social policy.
Okay. So you are an intelligent human.
Well, that's what they tell you.
Yeah. But they've also told me a lot of weird shit. I don't know who they are or why they say that, but sometimes they're right.
I know, right?
Not often, but sometimes.
The mysterious they.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
I always have to wonder who the fuck are they and are they fucking crazy? That's,
Right.
So people out there in listener land, fire off your questions. So let's, get to it. Nicole said she had some questions for you. So let's start there. And
I feel like I should get closer.
let me.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how are you today, Sarah?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Nicole?
Good. So I have some questions, and I'm sorry if my voice is a little off today, but I'm trying my best so you can hear me, and I want our listeners to hear me too. I have some questions. Feel free to answer or not answer at your discretion. If there's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, just be like pass or whatever.
Yep.
So one of the things I want to know is what's your favorite part? Well, I had a couple of questions. Is being an escort the only job that you do, or is it kind of like a side hustle for you, or how does that I mean, you don't have to go into like your full detail, but I'm just wondering.
Right. So I have a regular day job in a thing that I'm passionate about that does not pay money, a lot of money, I should say. And escorting is something that I'm also very passionate about. I truly believe this is something I was put on this planet to do. It was a calling, and once I found it, I never looked back. I started my sex industry work as a stripper many years ago when I turned about 21, I think, 21 or 22.
Me
and
too.
I just never looked back. Yeah, you too. Huh?
Yeah, me too. It didn't work. I wasn't so good at it, so I didn't last long.
Oh.
Probably something about being a fat guy that can't
it.
dance.
Aww. Well, I think so. A mutual friend of ours says that I actually met you one night at the when we did something at that theater.
Yes, I believe you were there with the Swap Tampa folk.
Yes, and I took a spin around the pole.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. Oh, I had so much fun. I miss it. I miss tripping.
I took a spin around that pole too, and almost took the fucking thing down.
I remember that.
Yeah,
there's talent there. You just need a stronger pole.
Yeah, very, very much stronger pole. Not that I need to lose weight. We just need a stronger pole. I like that.
I always say that there's something for everybody. So
that is true.
So there's a place for everybody in the strip club.
But that was a fun show that night.
That was a fun show.
So all you fuckers out there in listener land that weren't there for the show, you fucking missed out. So you snoozed, you losed. You could have seen Sarah on the pole. Right? You could have seen me on the pole. Christy Monroe was on the pole.
Yes.
That pole got a lot of action. So what other questions do you have, Nicole?
So some of the other questions is just so our listeners kind of have an idea of like who we're talking to. How long have you been doing this type of work?
Sorry?
How long have you been doing this type of work?
I became a stripper at about 22, and now I'm in my late 40s. So a little over 20 some odd years.
Was there? And sorry. Go on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's how long I've been doing it. Did you guys get a chance to visit my website or anything?
I did briefly. I didn't send it to Nicole. I probably should have.
Oh, okay.
Was there like a?
I'm still teaching Nicole how to use a microphone. You got because you have the phone microphone and the microphone. You got to talk into both. Can you remember if there was like a distinct transition between stripping and being an escort, or was there somewhere? Was it like something that kind of clicked, or was it a smooth transition? How did that happen for you? If you don't mind me telling, asking.
What happened basically was that I was as a stripper, I started traveling around the world, and I just went all over the world dancing. Anywhere anybody would hire me to dance, I would dance. And that's how I saw the world. And I loved it. Now, along the way, I was made various different offers for spending time with people outside of the clubs. And I took some up on it, and some I didn't. And so that was something that I discovered that I also enjoyed, was spending private time with people outside of the club. And so when I had to quit dancing because I wanted to study, I was going to go for my master's degree, I realized that I couldn't actually work and study at the same time because it was a one-year master's program at a very, very...
That's very accelerated. It's very intense.
Difficult university. It was in London.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And it was a really intense program, and I just had no time to breathe or anything, so dancing was just out of the question. So I decided that I would try my hand at escorting, and I discovered this world, and I've never looked back, and it was just like a duck to water.
So you started working as an escort while you were outside of the country, while you were in England.
So I actually started before I left.
Okay.
Because I knew that I wouldn't be able to, and also I had come to a place where I was living before that I didn't enjoy dancing at the clubs that were in that area. So I just decided to make a break with it, and somebody had told me about this world. They sent me a couple of websites and said, well, check this out, and I was fascinated. There were so my girlfriend was doing it, and she had sent me probably 2 years before I started. She had sent me her website and how she was doing it and everything, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I mean, you meet these people online, and aren't you scared? Like, aren't they going to be like, how do you know that you're going to be meeting a safe person? How does this work? And she was like, oh no, it's all fine. You take references, and then they give you reviews, and it's all this thing. And so she told me all about this. We always call it the site that shall not be named, but it was a board called Erotic Review, and she pointed me to it. She said, this is just so cool. They can review you. And this was back, I think, when they first started. And she was really enjoying herself, and I thought, that's crazy. But it just never entered my mind that would be something that I would be doing in a couple of years. And then a couple of years later, I just started looking into it. Somebody had sent me the website for somebody who was really high end at the time, and it was this lady, what's her name, Anne Marie, and she went by the Educated Escort, educatedescort.com. I don't know if you can archive.org her site, but it was pretty interesting. She was kind of a techie geek.
Okay.
And she got written up in the like, I don't know, Wired. I don't even know if Wired was around back then, but it was something, those different kinds of tech magazines. She had a few articles written up on her, and I was like, wow, I can do this. I can totally do this. And it was just such a different way of operating than my girlfriend was operating. Not that there was anything wrong with the way she was operating, but it just didn't make any sense. I don't know. I guess it was I remember she charged $300 an hour. And I remember thinking, well, I can make $300 an hour in the VIP room. Why would I, go all in for $300, give everything I am to somebody in that sense, all my attention, whatnot, when I could just do it at a strip club, and then, I don't have to get that involved with somebody. So this lady who did the Educated Escort, she was charging, I think it was $12,000 a day with a 2-day minimum.
Holy
now, I didn't
shit.
come out. Yes, and she got it, and she was very highly, this was during the .com boom.
Yeah.
So she was probably making a tidy sum. And so I thought, well, I could do something similar. And I found some, going through her links, because in the old days, you used to have banner pages.
Yep.
Where you would have all banners on your banner page, or the people that you would have link exchanges with. And so on her banner page, I went to all the other escorts on her banner page, and I just learned so much. I was obsessed with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. And so I built myself a site. I did everything myself because I was very interested in being very private. I didn't want to put my name to anything. So I did everything myself. I didn't want anyone else managing my site. I didn't want anyone else to have my credit card details, all that kind of stuff. So I did everything and put myself a site up, and lo and behold, I actually got a call one day. Well, not a call, because I only went by email at the time.
Okay.
And it was a gentleman who hired me to show himself and several ladies around town, in the town that I was residing in. And it was an interesting city, and so it was a place where you would want somebody to show you around. So I showed them all around. We went and had a very, very, very expensive dinner. He bought the most expensive bottle of champagne that they had and shared it with everybody. We had caviar. I mean, this is
wow,
crazy.
That's one hell of a first night.
It really was, and he was such a gentleman. And at the end of the night, he said, thank you so much, and now these were women that he worked with. They were, women who, in his day job, whatever he did. And So I said goodnight to him, and we all went our separate ways.
All right. Literally,
like,
literally escorting them around town.
Absolutely.
I got a question from a listener. What's the biggest difference in being an escort in England versus here? Are there differences, or is it the same thing with an accent?
Oh, yes, huge differences. Mainly, the way clients find you. In England, it's very agency based, and in the United States, it's very independent. Or at least, I mean, there are lots of agencies, of course, but there's a big independent culture here. So a lot of clients will look for independent escorts.
Okay.
Here, because they have, the erotica review, et cetera. In England, it's much more agency based.
Now, before you keep going, in England, what's the general? Is it different legal wise? Is it legal there? Is it illegal there? How much different is that in a nutshell? You don't have to go too involved with the law.
Right. So in the United States, it's illegal to exchange sex for money.
Unless there's a camera present.
Which I do not do. Unless there's a camera present, right? Which I do not do. I exchange time for money. And in England, it is not illegal to exchange sex for money. So they have a little bit different way of advertising over there.
Okay.
But what is illegal is advertising. You're not supposed to promote it in any way. You can't have two ladies working in one location. So if you do an in-call, you're by yourself. So you take, your chances, and your security is at risk because it's illegal to have two ladies. Otherwise, it's called a body health. It's called their body health laws.
Okay.
So obviously, people break those laws all the time because it's much more secure to have somebody else in the building at some point.
Okay, so there is a big difference legal-wise.
Yeah. Technically, you're not going to get arrested for exchanging sex for money, although they are trying to institute end demand. Are you familiar with end demand?
No.
End demand is a law that says let's punish the clients and not the escorts or the prostitutes. And so over there, they are trying to, where is it that they have it? I think in Ireland and in Scotland, they actually have end demand. And that's where it started. You might know it better as the Swedish model. Are you familiar with that term? Swedish model, Nordic model?
No.
Okay, it's where they punish the clients and not the escorts, but the escorts still have hell to pay because they take the stance that escorts, like nobody would ever in their right mind choose this line of work. And so, therefore, there must be something wrong with them, and so they need to be, I call it re-educated. Good old communist term there, re-education camps. What they do is they basically send, they don't arrest the escorts, but they take the escorts and they put them in retraining programs or whatever to try and show the error of their ways and that they're really mentally disturbed to have even thought of doing this in the first place. And terrible thing happened with a lady named Petite Jasmine in Sweden, because that's where the law came from, was in Sweden. And sex work was legal before that, and then I don't know what the legal status was before they did end demand, but what they did was they said, okay, we're not going to arrest the sex workers, we're just going to arrest the clients. So instead of arresting the sex workers, they did this whole thing where they tried to put them in training or whatever. And so this woman who is an activist in the sex worker rights movement there, she was married and divorced. And the guy that she divorced was very abusive to her. And they had kids. And when they got divorced, they took her kids away from her and gave him custody, even though he had abused her several times, according to reports that, she had filed. But they thought that he was a better parent, as abusive as he was, than she was, because she was a sex worker. And so they said that she wasn't mentally able to be a mother, like that was not something she could do because she was a sex worker. So they took her kids away, gave him custody, and then made it so that she had only supervised visitation with them. And during one time when she was under supervised visitation with her kids, he actually came and killed her.
He came and what? Killed her?
Killed her.
Holy shit.
Yep. And now she's dead.
Like in front of the kids?
This abusive fuck was a better parent than she was.
Oh, the world is a dark and scary place.
Yeah.
People have this shit backwards.
It really is. And this is this rabid, radical feminism that is just unchecked.
Yeah.
And their ideology is much more important to them than actual lives of actual women.
Oh, and don't bring facts into it because facts don't matter.
Oh, yeah, goddess, no.
Oh, shit, we got to behave ourselves. My mom's watching.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom, do you have any questions for the escort? I love my mom. My mom's crazy. So I hope she
Hi,
is
Mom.
listening. Do we have another? I did have another question. Ralph says, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to ask that question, Ralph. So fuck off. I'm not going to ask it. I'll tell you what. I'll ask the question, and you can tell Ralph to fuck off too.
Okay.
What about taxes? Who pays? None of your fucking business, Ralph.
Oh, most of us pay taxes.
I know.
If you want to own houses, if you want to own cars, you got to pay taxes. You just got to pay the man.
Hey, Ralph, the words independent contractor come to mind.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Sarah, one of the other questions I had was, I work with some dominatrixes. I work with some sex therapists. I work with, people who specialize in, couples, and couples enjoyment, things like that. Do you have a certain specialty that you call yourself? Is there something that's like a hard pass for you? Anything like that?
You asked like 10 questions at once.
I consider myself a dinner and travel companion.
Okay.
My minimum engagement is 3 hours. And we will always meet at a public place, like for cocktails, whatnot. Normally dinner or lunch, and then we go on with our evening. So it's like actually getting to know another human being, and it's really nice. And that is my niche. I excel at that. I'm an incredible date, and I love getting to know people. I just absolutely love meeting the people that I've met. I've been very blessed.
Two questions from listeners. The first question is, have you ever worked in Las Vegas?
I have. I don't know many people who haven't worked in Las Vegas.
And the follow-up quote to that was, if you did, what was it like?
Vegas was interesting. Vegas, you never see locals in Vegas. You always see the people who are there at the casinos.
Well, no, you see locals in Vegas. They're the ones working at the casinos.
No, yeah, I know, right? No, I mean in terms of, people who hire me wouldn't have been locals. So I saw a lot of, and I saw the people that I knew from New York or DC or San Francisco or Sacramento or wherever. I had people from all over the country that I would see in Vegas, and when they were there, or mostly when I was in New York or DC or San Francisco. But everybody ends up in Vegas at some point.
True.
I don't want to ask this question in a way that's going to get you in trouble, so feel free to answer it according to whatever you feel comfortable with. What are some of the things that you do for your own personal protection, as far as like, like, for example, being mugged or, coming into a bad situation? Like, do you carry any kind of like personal protection, like small weapons on you, like pepper spray, anything along those lines?
She carries 3 AK-47s in her underwear.
I'm sorry, one more time,
Never.
Sarah. Never?
No, I know exactly who I'm meeting when I meet them. I know their real name. I probably know their street address. I know where they work. I know what charities they do. I know everything about the person I meet before I meet them.
Okay.
And they're very forthcoming with their information, and it's just, they're wonderful people. I touch wood, I have never had a bad experience.
Okay, that's good to hear.
and it's just so remote and foreign to me. However, I will say that I am a very privileged white person and cis female, heteronormative, all that stuff. And so because of that, I have a hell of a lot of privilege in the way I operate. And I do understand that this is not the case for probably, I would say, 60 to 70% of people in this industry. They don't have the privilege of operating in the way that I operate. So for many people, their screening methods are going to be a lot different because maybe they're not going to be able to have sustainable income by asking people for their full names and et cetera, et cetera. So because of that, there are other ladies who will just purely take references. Okay. And then, the references are, typically two other ladies that they've seen at some point in the past that can vouch for them that they're gentlemen or that they're safe to see, or gentle ladies, that they're nice ladies, because ladies also participate in this. But if you have the references, that's a good thing to be able to say, okay, this lady vouches for him. She saw him and he was safe. That's good. Some people don't even go that route, and that's kind of where you're getting into a little bit more dangerous territory. But there are many ways that ladies and those who operate in that way protect themselves.
Okay.
So I think, would you say that there's kind of like a network of your coworkers or your peers that you kind of like?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of the stigma around being an escort has to do with, like you said earlier, there must be something wrong with this person who goes into this line of work. However, what you're saying is that it seems very professional. And I think that's excellent. That's a great thing that I think more people need to understand about your line of work. Am I wrong in that, or
what?
I will say, am I wrong in believing that, or do you have anything do you agree with that statement?
Yes, it is very professional. It's very well done. I mean, even the fact that there are review sites out there, review sites out there, they have their place because, they worked both ways. They worked for clients to know that the escorts that they were seeing were legitimate, and that they, to a certain extent, it's good to know that the person that you're going to meet is the same person that's in the pictures, and that they're going to be pleasant to speak with, or that, they smell nice, whatever you want to know. But it also worked the other way because, when those clients write reviews, then the escorts could read the reviews and find out how the clients spoke about the ladies or gentlemen that they've seen. I don't know if there were any male reviews on there, but there are male reviews out there. But I don't know, so when you're looking at the way the person speaks about somebody that they've reviewed, it tells you a lot about that person. Like if they're disrespectful, if they use certain language, all that stuff. So those are very valuable, and it's a shame that there's so many of our resources have been taken away because of the FOSTA SESTA. I'm sure you know about that.
Yeah.
So fortunate that those resources have been taken away, but it's very, very professional. I mean, they're just, it's such a network. People have reputations. You try and keep your best reputation up, all that good stuff.
Question from Stan that's actually I'm kind of interested in. Do you cross promote with male escorts? I'm not sure what he means by cross promote or work with.
Okay, he probably means, do I offer doubles with male escorts? And I myself don't, but I know many ladies who there are several couple escorts out there, couple teams. Okay. They advertise together, and I have male escorts that I know that I'm happy to engage with if anybody is interested in that, and I say that on my website, that if they're interested in having a friend join us, whether male or female or both, they're more than welcome to let me know, and I can introduce them to somebody, or if they have somebody in mind, let me know, and I'd love to meet them.
Okay. Listener Ralph has another one. I'm not sure what he means by secrets, but does she keep secrets or record them for future reference? I'm guessing, like, I guess notes on particular clients to refresh your memory if you see them again, is what I'm assuming.
I was also going to ask a similar question. If there's like a client blacklist, that like people who you won't see again, or people who you know to stay away from.
So when we do our references, we always ask for references, or most of us ask for references, those of us who can. When we ask for references, that's huge, because if they can't come up with a reference, then that kind of makes you a little suspicious. If they haven't seen somebody in the last, say, 6 months to a year, that they can send you her website and her email address so that you can connect with her, or even her phone number. Some ladies screen by phone.
Okay.
Then that tells me that probably they're either A, not well behaved, and so they pissed off the last person they saw, or B, they haven't been doing this in a while, or C, they've never done it before. And those are all kind of special cases where you would take further measures to screen them. And when you get a bad reputation, other ladies know about it. We have our ways of knowing, and it's very much important to keep notes like that. Definitely notes about bad actors. All of us do. And in terms of secrets, I will never, like, you'd have to kill me to find anything out about any of the people that I've seen.
Okay.
I take my discretion extremely seriously.
Well, Stan is saying humorously, references like my ex-wife. Stan, no one wants to know what your ex-wife has to say about you. Or maybe we do. I don't know.
I don't know if this question was asked.
What did he say?
About, like,
he said references like my ex-wife. And saying no, nobody wants to talk to your ex-wife.
Other people that he's paid to spend time in their company.
Nicole, what was it?
There was a question from my watch party.
Okay.
It says, how do you legitimize your business? Or do you incorporate it as a DBA as yourself into the agency? Do you work to keep how do you work to keep unnecessary hands out of your cookie jar? Or are you your own entity, registered as a business? Do you pay taxes and keep the man away from your door? Is there a classification that an escort would use? That was a listener question.
Okay, sorry, I didn't really understand all of that.
I'll get you in a nutshell. Do you do you have yourself organized under a DBA or an official corporate registry as a business, or is it just completely as clandestine as possible?
I've worked in both ways.
Okay.
I've had a business entity, and I've also worked where I didn't have a business entity. Many people do business entities.
Okay.
And it's good to do that because you are doing a business, so it's important to have those bases covered. And there are all kinds of ways that you can do that and maintain your privacy. I think that's very important.
Okay. Listener Frank is asking, do they sign? Where to go? Oh, there it is. Do your clients have to sign any kind of a waiver?
No, but I have on occasion been asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement when it's been somebody who has a high profile.
Gotcha.
On a kind of lighter note, do you have any, on a kind of lighter note, do you have any hard limits, that any things you'll absolutely not do with a client, something that you won't even consider, anything like that?
Yes, I will never do anything illegal. So I don't do any recreational chemicals.
Okay.
I've never been drunk, believe it or not. So
like you've never ever been drunk?
Never been drunk. Just never got interested in that. I don't like the taste of alcohol enough to get drunk. So
all right,
never appealed to me. But I do like a little glass of wine here and there.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Did you have another question, Nicole?
No, you can pass. I had another question, but it's irrelevant.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
Stan is asking, what is the most uncomfortable situation you've had to remove yourself from?
Have I ever had an uncomfortable situation?
And I have a follow-up to this
That's a
one.
good question. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I was uncomfortable. I did have a situation where I was with some real life friends and family members, and across the restaurant from me was a table where there was a gentleman that I had seen recently.
Did he say anything or?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't even think he noticed me.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, oh my God, what if he comes over? Oh.
Well,
Hello, Sarah.
my follow-up to that is not necessarily anything that was uncomfortable or dangerous, but like, have you ever encountered, been in a situation that was just so like fucking bizarre? Like, just a weird ass situation that you had to stop and take pause and think about, like, what the fuck is this going on right now?
I don't think so. I've had people in my life, whether in my professional life or in my personal life, who have had interesting proclivities.
Okay.
But that's about as exciting as it gets. I remember one time I had to do I did some role play with somebody, and the subject of the role play was a little bit uncomfortable for me, and because it's something that I'm not that in my real personal life, that is not exciting for me, and not only is it not exciting, but it's repulsive to me.
Okay.
So that was a really hard thing for me to do.
Now, would you care to elaborate on what that thing was? You don't have to. You can
incest.
No. Okay, like
an incest role play.
Okay, so like role play in the fantasies. What's the weirdest request you've ever gotten? That could be the weirdest request. That's from listener Viper.
That might be the weirdest. I did have a friend who wanted me to use something called sounds. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So they weren't actually sounds, but he was really into like sort of medical play.
Okay.
And so I used thermometers. And that was interesting. I was fascinated by that.
Okay. Now, listener Christian is asking, he says, my stream froze. I'm sure this has probably been asked, but how does one tell the difference between an escort and a hooker? I know what the answer to this is, but I would like to have you answer. But he went on to say, I've been approached by a girl in a local sub shop and thought it was just a friendly conversation until I left. She gave me her number and told him to Google it, found out she's a sex worker, and told me it's only $100. So the difference between
that's a bargain.
Yeah.
Well, we should note that he's in a different country too.
No, he's he's in a different country. He's in New York. That's like a fucking different country.
Oh, this okay.
Yeah,
So I thought this was somebody else.
No,
sorry.
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 Yeah, it's not Maddie. That's
okay.
Christian.
Sorry, just kidding.
So explain to the people what the difference is between a hooker and an escort.
So a hooker or prostitute is somebody who works at a Nevada brothel, sells sexual acts and sex for time, intimate access to her body for money. And that is, in the Nevada brothels, you can actually have a menu. I'm going to do this for this much money, that for that much money. And that's a hooker or a prostitute, somebody who sells sex acts or sexual services for money.
Specifically.
An escort, specifically. Now, an escort sells her time. So I'm offering to give you my very, very valuable time because time is the most precious thing we have. And I'm going to give it to you for a certain amount of money. And the amount of money that you pay me allows me to free up my schedule and to arrange my life in such a way that I can spend that time with you and you have my undivided attention. I am going to think you're the most fascinating human being on the planet. I'm going to give you all of my attention, and you'll fall in love with me by the end of the time that we're together. And I'll fall in love with you. And that is just a beautiful thing. And that is my time.
Now
anything. There are no expectations on anybody's part. I am not promising you that I'm going to play chess with you. I'm not promising you that I'm going to play Monopoly. I'm not promising you that we're going to go for a moonlit walk. I'm promising you that I'm going to spend this much time with you for this much money. And that's all I'm promising you.
Now to touch on what Christian said versus and what you had said, Christian, just so you know, in order for somebody to find you or to even pretend that you're interesting, it's going to take a lot of money. So I know them.
I have 2 user questions. One is have you ever been a sugar baby?
Have I ever been a sugar baby? I did go on a sugar daddy site once when I started escorting, and I found the dynamic completely different. As an escort, I know exactly how much money to expect for how much of my time. And then everything I do to gear up for that time together is, it's something that I understand. I know how much time it's going to take me to get ready. I know how much time I have to put into doing this thing as an escort. As a sugar baby, it's very fluid and it's very nondescript. There are no hard lines. There are no fast rules or anything. It's just kind of like you're almost at the mercy of what that person wants to, how they want to compensate you. And I found more often than not that the people who are looking for sugar babies are older men who are looking for a younger woman that they can be a mentor to, or they can be, the power dynamic is completely different. Mm-hmm. So they're looking for somebody that they're going to have a little power over, that the young woman looks up to them and prefers to them. And that is not my personality at all. I'm so much more dominant, not aggressive, but I'm very much more assertive.
Okay.
And not a successful sugar baby. Plus, I know what my time is worth,
and that's important.
Yeah. I have another user kind of more lighthearted question is, do you take credit cards or only cash? Cash? Okay.
No, I mean, it just depends. They have to contact me and we can discuss that.
Okay.
This is good. This is going to be the gross question. Coming from listener Madalena, has anybody ever asked to get pee or pooped on? And if so, did you do it?
Anybody ever asked to what?
Pee? Did anyone ever ask
peed or pooped on?
Peed or pooped on?
Urinated or defecated?
Yes.
Right.
I'm just reading their words.
That's a funny story. Not in my experience, because I don't market myself to that. I'm not a fetish escort, but there are many fetish escorts out there who are happy to do that kind of thing for people who require it. I did have a girlfriend that I danced with many, many years ago in another country when I was traveling the world, and she had this guy who was just religiously faithful to her, and he wanted all this kinds of stuff. He used to have her go into the bathroom and pee in a cup so that he could drink it. He had this fantasy. He has a glass coffee table, and he wanted to lay under the coffee table, and he wanted her to defecate on the glass above his face.
This happened in Germany, didn't it?
No, it wasn't Germany. It was somewhere else. But it was very interesting. But so people do have this kind of fetish, and there are many people who are willing to do it. I even went to a workshop once. They have this great thing in San Francisco. This lady named Carol Lee, she's like the goddess of all the sex worker rights ladies. And she has something every 2 years, I think it is, called the Sex Worker Film and Arts Festival. And there was a workshop once that I went to that somebody held, and it was a fetish workshop. And the lady who taught the class was telling us how to be able to pee on clients or on demand or what have you. And that was, and she said, the way you do it is you put bowls around your house, and every time you have to go to the bathroom, you pee in a bowl that's somewhere around the house. It's not in your bathroom. And that gets you past that sort of mental block of being able to pee only in a certain location. Isn't that fascinating? I've never done it because I've been interested in pursuing that type of companionship. But fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something for everyone. There is absolutely, no matter what crazy kink you think you have, there's someone out there who has that with you.
Have you ever?
That's what that's on for.
Have you ever heard of rule number 34 of the internet?
No, what's that?
Rule number 34 of the internet is if it exists, there is porn of it, which I guess would carry over that, if something, if there's something, somebody is into it.
That's right.
I have a question.
You are never alone. You might think that you have the weirdest kink in the world, but you are never alone.
And it's only
never feel ashamed.
It's only kinky the first time. Coming from listener Christian, another question. Follow up to my question. I'm going to read this. These are his exact words. I'm not going to paraphrase or change anything. So, follow up to my question: what determines giving your escort work as a worker and going on a legitimate date with somebody? I guess I mean what determines to you if you want to go on a paid date or an unpaid date. Also, I don't mean this in bad taste. If a date goes well and you're interested in the person, would an escort go on a freebie follow-up date to form a relationship? That was wordy.
So every escort is going to have a different answer to that question. My answer to that question is I don't date in real life. I just don't.
Just not your thing.
Not my thing. I get treated so much better by my clients than I have ever been treated in the civilian dating world.
Okay.
Because guys will lie through their teeth to get anything they want from you, and in this world, they don't lie. They don't have to lie. It's all out on the table. Everybody's there and everybody knows their role. So that's my answer to that particular part of the question. And then the other question was, what was the other question? Would I go on a freebie date? Absolutely not. If they meet me in this arena, this is where we stay forever and ever. Now, I may have wonderful long-term friendships with you. If we get along, I will never meet you outside of this context. Unless, you happen to be, I remember being at a conference, an academic conference with one of my, not with a client, but a client was at the same conference because it was in the same field. It was when I was doing the whole public policy thing. And so that was very interesting. But and I was happy to chat, along with that client and all our civilian friends, and that was very interesting. But no, I will not. Once you meet me in this arena, this is where we stay. And it's extremely important that wall, the wall, which is the envelope of money, stays there. Because once that disappears, lines blur and life gets difficult. Now, that's my answer. I do know many people who have, I wouldn't say many people. I know about 4 people who have successfully transitioned from a client escort relationship into a civilian dating relationship, and 2 of them ended up in successful, up to this point, marriages.
Kind of a weird story. Kind of a weird story how you tell the grandkids how you met, though.
I know, right?
I have a listener question. Have your clients' requests changed throughout the years, if at all?
requested. I'm sorry.
It says, how has your client's request changed throughout the years, if at all?
I'm guessing like what the clients are requesting of her time. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess.
So that all depends on the marketing that you do. At one point in time, I was a very, very expensive high-end. When I first started, and I told you about the Educator's Escort, back in those days, I was a very, very high-end, exclusive, selective companion. And it was, and I was very careful about who I saw. I was very careful about the way that I operated my business. And then I went through a life change and I had to retire. And then I came back and I decided to try a different side of the market. Okay. And I tried that when I started out, I was a dinner date, so 4-hour minimum. And typically the clients would fly me all over the country to see them, and my average date was overnight. Like I very rarely had dinner dates. It was mostly overnights, and I would literally people would fly me to New York from wherever I was to spend the night with them or spend the weekend with them. And I was flown all over the world, Paris, London, what have you.
Okay.
So that was, and that's the way I marketed that iteration of me.
So it's not just so the changes come about essentially as you've evolved through how you conduct your business.
So right. So when I came back after retirement, I decided to try just whatever what everybody does. The biggest market share is somebody who's available by the hour, and doesn't have a time minimum and just is available by the hour at a certain amount of money. And so I tried that end, and I thought I would enjoy that, and I know that I would have made more money had I been able to stick it out at that level. But I was not meeting the people that I was meeting. Were all wonderful and nice, but not exciting. I met much more exciting people at the high end, but now that I'm in Florida, I don't have access to the same. There aren't a lot of people who come to Florida who have the kind of money that you would need in order to spend it on the person that I was when I first started.
Gotcha.
So I'm a little bit lower, and I was 3-hour minimum instead of a 4-hour minimum, although I am very much considering going up to 4-hour minimum again. And my rate was a certain amount, but because I have a day job, I can't travel like I did back in those days.
Gotcha.
Back in those days, I could, somebody wanted to fly me to Paris next weekend, I'd be like, okay, and get my ticket and go. Now, because I have a day job, because I have all these other things, I have a lot of obligations, personal obligations, family obligations, things like that. I am not as footloose and fancy free. So I don't have that ability, so I have to market myself a little bit differently. So the way that you market yourself determines the requests that you get.
Gotcha.
And your presence online totally determines the kind of people who contact you. It's fascinating because when I moved to England, I had my website set up before I moved to England. And when I moved to England, I had my computer got broken. And so I had to use a different software to create my website. And the software that I had, I borrowed. And so I was just learning how to use it and everything. And I just decided to go with different colors. So my first website was pink. It was all pink, like agent provocateur, pink and black, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And my second website, the one that I made after my first website broke, was purple and black. And I got all the fetish people.
Of course.
Loads of people who were interested in the fetish when I had the purple and black. Isn't that fascinating? Same pictures.
That's interesting.
Same wording, but purple and black meant that I got fetish. It was fascinating. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to change this because I just was not I think fetish is fascinating. It's not what I enjoy to do
Okay.
as an escort.
So
I'm definitely the dinner date.
So the questions from listeners have slowed down. We do a thing with all of our guests. We call it 20 questions. It's actually 23 questions. We're going to go through them fairly quickly. Most of them are light and topical. Some of them, probably one or two, are philosophical in nature. But they're always a good way for people to get to know people. So we'll start off. Number 1, what is your non-alcoholic drink of choice?
Iced tea.
Iced tea. Sweet tea or?
Unsweetened iced tea.
What is your favorite color?
Magenta.
It's very specific.
Yeah. Dog or cat?
Dog.
Now,
or cat. Oh, I love them all.
this is. I'm interested to see your answer to this one. What is the strangest job you've ever had? We ask this of entertainers, dancers, comedians. So
yeah, that's an interesting one. The strangest job I ever had was back in the days. There used to be tanning pills. Do you remember tanning pills?
Yes.
So I had a job as a temp, filling tanning pill bottles of tanning pills and mailing them out.
Okay. That is
my hands were absolutely orange.
That is absolutely a weird ass job.
It's a weird job.
Number 5, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. I am afraid of nothing.
Yeah. There's got to be something like bees or something.
I have no fear.
All right.
Nope, no bees. I do jump when I see cockroaches. I'm not afraid of them. But they give me the bees.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden this thing fucking runs across the floor. I get that.
Scream, jump, and then attack it with a shoe.
I yell at it, I curse at it in several languages, and then I kill it.
Try and get whoever I'm around, I try and get them to put it in a cup and take it outside where you don't want to kill them.
There you go. Number 6, what is your guilty pleasure song? What is the one song you like crank up in the car and rock the fuck out to, and then when you pull up at a light, you got to lower it because you don't want anybody to know you like that song?
You know, I don't have any guilt, so I don't have a guilty pleasure song. But I will tell you, I adore. Oh my God, I love Disturbed.
Yes,
the band Disturbed, you know. And
you're winning favorite points on our end.
You know that song, Heaven Just Isn't Hot Enough? Oh my God, yes. I love that song. This is the way I pray. This is the way I pray, man. This is the way I pray. And I love that song. And I also love La Isla Bonita by Madonna.
I hate Madonna. All right, so you won points for liking Disturbed. The points were taken away by liking Madonna.
Okay, how about this one? One of my favorite songs in the whole wide world that I can listen to over and over and over again as well is an aria from La Traviata.
Okay.
And it's sung by Anna Netrebko.
Okay.
And it's called Adio del Passato.
Okay, so now you won classy points.
Oh, good. Okay, there we go. Those are my yum songs.
There you go. Number 7, what is the fictional character you most identify with or can most identify with?
Oh, that would be, okay, here's one for you. Her name was, what is her name? Gosh, I can see her. Did you ever see the show Firefly?
I did not because I do not watch television. I'm weird.
Okay, so there's a show called Firefly, and it was written by Joss Whedon, and it's like a science fiction show. And there's a character on there called Inari, I believe it is, or Inara, and she is, I think that's her name. Gosh, but anyway, she plays this courtesan in space, and that's I identify with her.
Okay.
And I also identify with the Veronica Franco character in Dangerous Beauty.
Okay. Now, number 8, I want to specify that I'm asking about ice cream flavor. All right. Vanilla or chocolate?
Can I have mixed?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I want the swirl.
All right. I could dig that. Number 9, what is your go-to comfort food? The one food that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh, pulled pork.
Yes. Had some of that today.
Yum.
Number 10, what is your favorite all-time cheesy movie?
Favorite all-time cheesy movie would have to be Love Actually.
That is full of cheese.
I love it. And cheese, I adore cheese. I'm a cheese connoisseur. So we know that before we go forward with this relationship.
Fair enough. Number 11. What is your favorite literary work?
Ooh, gosh, there's so many literary work. Fiction?
It could be fiction, nonfiction, as long as it's,
Oh, I have so many. I would say, oh gosh, favorite literary work. How can I just pick one? So I loved Conversations with God. That's not fiction, or it is fiction, depending on your perspective.
True.
With Neil Donald Walsh. I mean, that was the author, Neil Donald Walsh. And Illusions by Richard Bach.
Okay. Number 12. If you could live through any time period, including the present, what time period and why?
I'd live through the Renaissance because I want to be a Renaissance courtesan.
Okay.
I want to be Veronica Franco. Although it was very dangerous in those times. But wow.
Yeah, but you're not afraid of anything.
No, I'm not afraid of anything.
All right. Number 13. What is your adult beverage of choice?
My adult beverage of choice is a lovely New Zealand Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay. Number 14. You said you're not in a civilian type relationship, but the question is celebrity free pass. If you could have the opportunity to have sex with any celebrity, then they would be a willing participant in this.
Elon Musk.
Really? Elongated muskrat.
Yeah.
It's the accent, isn't it?
He has an
I'd
accent.
ride him like a wild cowgirl.
Yeah. You never heard him? You never heard Elon Musk talk? He's from South Africa. He's got a.
I didn't know he had an accent. Maybe
Yeah.
he hides it really well.
Yeah, I love Elon Musk. Number 15. What is your dream
Or
car?
Carl Sagan, but Carl Sagan's dead, so I can't do him. Never mind.
Well, I said Marilyn Monroe because I mean,
Oh, okay.
you
Okay,
could
so
still
Carl Sagan.
it's a fantasy type of question. So, obviously we're not going into the necrophilia end of it. It would be while alive, but yes.
Okay.
What
was the next one?
Next one. What is your dream car? The fine automobile that you would most love to have?
Oh, of course, a Tesla.
There you go. Which one though?
Any model.
Okay.
Any of them. I don't care.
Number 16. What is the first album you remember buying?
Oh, that would have been Sean Cassidy. And I can't remember the name of the album, but it was the song on it was "Doo Run Run."
Oh God, that was it just the name of the song just flashed through my head. Now I forgot it. Number 17. What is the social cause you most stand for?
Sex worker rights.
I'm not surprised. Number 18. I don't know if this one would apply to you, but I'll ask anyway. What is your favorite video game?
My favorite video?
Video game.
Oh, video game. Honestly, I think it has to be. This is weird, but I think it has to be Minecraft.
Okay. All right. I've actually I can't lie. I have sat and played Minecraft.
I love it. It's an amazing world.
Number 19. Your dream job.
I'm doing it.
There you go. Normally with comedians, we ask that of comedians a lot, and obviously us comedians are all at a low level until you truly break it. We usually preface that one, but you can't say comedian, but I'll let that slide this time. Number 20. What is the most interesting, crazy, weird, bizarre fact about you?
Interesting, crazy, weird, and bizarre fact.
Something that would like really throw us for a loop.
That's a good question. I speak Japanese.
You speak what?
Japanese.
Really?
Nihongo dekimasu. Hai.
Hi.
私は1年間ぐらい日本語に住んでいました。
I don't speak that much.
で
Yeah.
も長い時間に話しませんでした。
All I know is I'm huge in
全部
Japan.
忘れています。
I have no idea what you said, but thank you. Number
I wish I spoke Japanese.
number 21. Is the earth round or flat?
Ooh, round and voluptuous.
There you go. Yes, the voluptuous earth. I love that. Number 22, which would be the last question I'll ask, and then Nicole has one for you. But number 22, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Oh.
Nicole, your question.
Can you take us through a typical day in the life of Sarah?
Of a life of what?
A typical day in the life of you.
Oh, in the life of me, a typical day. Oh, gosh. Well, I wake up and I do my day job, which I absolutely adore. I love where I am from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then after that, I come home and I do all kinds of internet work. And then I make dinner. And then I eat dinner. And then I take a shower. And then I settle down with my wonderful TV shows. I have Netflix, and I just love my Netflix shows.
Nice.
So
Was that the last one,
that's
Nicole?
a typical day.
All right. That was 20 questions, which has been expanded to 23 questions with Sarah.
Yay.
Just about time to wrap it up. Do you want to direct them to any social media website where they can find you, find out more about you, or anything like that, or not? You don't have to.
Sure. You can find me at the little at sign, softly_Sarah on Twitter. And then you can find everything from there.
There you go. So check her out, kids. Give her a follow. We appreciate you calling in. Is there any? Is there actually? I do have one more question. I actually meant to ask this earlier. If there's one bit of information regarding your industry that you would want the people to know, the one factoid, one hint, one whatever, one piece of information you want to give to the world, what is it?
We are normal people, just like you and everybody listening. There are as many different escorts out there as there are people who are listening to me right now. We are just normal people. We have feelings. We hurt. We love. We feel strongly and passionately about things. We're just normal, regular people. And the clients that we see are also normal, regular people. Everyone walking down the street could be a client or an escort. There is no difference, honestly.
Okay. Excellent. So we appreciate you calling in. This has been fun. Hopefully you enjoyed as well.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Our pleasure.
It's been lovely.
And for everybody
And
out,
I didn't think he was an idiot for asking about the tax question. That's the one a lot of people ask. So who was that guy, Ralph?
Yeah, it was Ralph.
Ralph, sweetheart, that was not an idiot question at all.
Don't call him a sweetheart. He's not. He's the furthest thing from a sweetheart. I'm just kidding, Ralph. I love you.
Do you know Ralph? Do you know your callers or your
I know.
writer-inners?
I know a majority of our audience. Either know them through comedy or I know them personally. Ralph is somebody I've known. I've known him probably 25 years. We all used to work together many, many moons ago, and He used to come. We used to throw house parties at my parents' house and do crazy shit. And
Awesome.
he's part
All
of
right, cool.
he's part of the old crew.
So he's not. So you can call him an idiot and he won't feel insulted, right?
Yeah, but then again, I'm also not worried about insulting anybody. I do it often, and I mean, especially if they deserve it.
Well, it sounds okay. Fair enough.
So again, we appreciate you calling in. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, and you too. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Bye, Nicole. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
So there you have it, folks. That was Sarah. Check her out. Check out her. It was at softly_Sarah on Twitter. Yeah, so that was fun. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that much time left.
No, we don't.
That was cool.
That was like an hour and 10 minutes. That's awesome. See, nobody's just like me. I promise. That is true, Christian. You are quite fucking unique. I'm catching up on some comments. How successful is mail? I should ask that. How successful is it? I don't know if the male escort market is that huge, but I'm sure you could probably, probably get in that. Ralph, she's a smart woman. Keep in touch with her. Very interesting person. Good effing podcast. She is totally blonde. Loves to talk. I like her though. Ralph, you fucked up. Carol Ann was here. I don't know if she's still here. I love you, Carol Ann. They brought up the speed. My watch party's getting stupid. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that was that. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Nicole.
Yeah. What's up?
Sup?
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 Sup, bruh?
Voice held up tonight. I'm impressed.
Sup, bruh?
Sup, bruh?
This is my new persona now, bruh.
All right, bruh.
No. I think I would die.
Nicole, are you performing anywhere? You have any fun shows you want to push?
Yes.
What do you got?
Duh.
What do you
Okay,
got?
so this Friday, I will be belly dancing in Acropolis in South Tampa at 7 p.m.
Noise.
And I will be performing with Miss Holly at Club Lust in St. Pete, which is going to be this Friday as well.
Is that a strip club?
It is, but they have go-go dancers.
Okay.
So we're going to be go-going between the half-naked girls.
Nice.
And then on Saturday, I will be belly dancing at Acropolis in St. Pete and then performing go-go dances with this girl, Carla, at Gaspar's Grotto this weekend, just like I do every weekend because that's my
Yay.
home club and Pirates. And yeah. And
one of these days, I'm going to get my ass down to Gaspar's Grotto.
it's okay. You just got to join the ranks of like Kyle Baker
Why, does he show up or?
sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to hit Kyle up. Dude, you want to go to fucking Gaspar's?
Yeah, do it. And
We'll go out. Oh, and then we could pick a fight and then Viper can kick our asses.
don't pick a fight at my club.
Why not? Can we fight? Me and him will fight. Like me and Kyle. We'll get into a fight and then Viper can kick both our asses.
Okay, but you can't like really fight. You have to like fake fight.
We'll like bitch fight. We'll just like slap each other.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
We'll
And
do
then
that.
Viper will come out and be like, hey guys, got to take it outside. And then you'll take it outside. And then
And we'll still do it outside. We're like, fuck you, bitch.
the
No.
goal is to become viral on the internet.
There you go.
So, and I'll just have to videotape you guys.
Just go viral on the internet for something other than being a douchebag in a fucking bagel store.
So,
fuck that guy.
Yeah, and then next week I'm going to be filling up balloons at the Ritz. So if you come to the Ritz, you won't see me, but you'll see my balloons.
So so you're putting balloons on the Ritz.
Putting
on the
balloons
Ritz.
on the Ritz. No, I'm filling in for Holly and for Mr. JJ Zabo. Balloons are cool.
Nice. Yes, they are.
Balloons are, yeah, that's his checkout.
And
Balloons are cool.
he's cool.
He is, and that's his Instagram
cool.
and website. Balloons are cool, like the letter R. And they do a lot of balloon sculptures and stuff, and I'm going to be helping them out.
Nice.
So yeah, just go dancing, belly dancing.
K2 show. Let's give her a plug. She's
Yes. Oh, so Miss K2 Lemieux is going to be producing her third show, I believe, at Moncirque Wine Bar in Sebring, Florida. That's going to be this Sunday, July 21st. And tickets are $25, but 100% worth both the drive and the ticket sales. And she puts on an awesome show. This one is going to be 80s themed. So I expect personally to see a lot of David Bowie.
God
I
damn
see
it.
a lot of Cyndi Lauper. I don't know who else. I can't think of any. Those are the people who identified the 80s for me personally.
Cyndi Lauper definitely.
Yeah, Cyndi
Like,
Lauper.
And
I
I
know.
will rock the fuck out. The girls just want to have fun.
Yes,
I'm
me
not,
too.
I'm not ashamed.
That's one of my guilty pleasure songs, if you will. And I know K2 was talking about doing something by The Cure because that's from the 80s too. So
Hell yeah, goths existed in the 80s.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, and so the thing is, when you go to her shows, you got to like kind of dress the part. Like you don't have to, but even if you're an
But it's, like,
audience member,
Fun.
yeah, it's like even if you're an audience member, you go dressed to theme. So I'm kind of planning out my 80s outfit. I haven't dressed
Goddamn.
like I'm from the 80s.
Fucking, I
in
can't
a few
even
years.
go this Sunday.
Well, I'm sorry.
My wife's out of town, and I got. Can I bring my son?
No,
Why not?
not unless he's 18.
He likes titties too.
I know, but like he's not old enough.
God damn it! He can't be my designated driver.
He's not old enough, not even for that.
Fuck.
So
Sorry, Raj. I tried, man. I tried.
I'm trying to get you to bring Renee. Like I know you're like she doesn't want to come, but like I promise you that if Renee comes, I will personally give her an 80s themed lap dance.
She actually probably would not like that
I don't care.
at all.
I don't.
I'd be so fucking amused. I would think it's the funniest shit ever. But,
I wanna
yeah,
I wanna bring
yeah,
your
it's not her
wife out of
speed.
her little shell though.
Please do.
I want
I love her,
but she needs to come. Like she needs to like actually like be there for me to do those things. So next time I see her, I'm just gonna like give her like you always tell me to give Mike a wet slobbery kiss for you. I'm gonna give her a wet slobbery kiss from me.
that would
And
be fucking hilarious. just
she
to see the
probably
look of
think I'm
shock on
dirty.
her
She
face.
thinks I'm dirty, doesn't she?
She probably thinks everybody's dirty. She thinks I'm dirty. I mean, shit. Well, I mean, I kind of am, but whatever.
I hope Renee doesn't think I'm dirty.
No, she likes you.
Okay, that's good.
As far as for me, shows good. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, good.
That's it. Just
as
being
far
an
as for
asshole.
me, my bookings have slowed down for the summer. I'm focusing on some projects. But New York, I will be inside you, deep inside you, 60 miles deep on Long Island inside you, in 2 weeks, two weeks or so. On August 1st, I will be at the lovely Broadway Comedy Club, my favorite New York City club to be at. I will be there Thursday, the 1st of August. So you should come out and check out the show because it's fucking awesome. Like legit. Seriously, you should.
Who else is going to be on that show with you?
I don't know yet. It's actually the booker is somebody I've only worked with one other time. And that was at a different club. So this is the first time I'll be working for him at Broadway. So I don't know who's on the show yet. It's a pro show. So God only knows. I mean, you never know who's going to show up in one of those.
You mean you're a pro?
Well, I think they may be referring to everybody else.
Oh, you're a pro.
Statute? No, I'm not.
You're a professional.
I act professionally for the most part. Sometimes.
You know, somebody texted me because I had shared this watch party link, whatever the fuck shit it was. I don't know how Facebook is working it now. And they're like, what are you watching? And I'm like, I'm not watching anything.
I'm on it. Biatch.
Kind of, yeah. And Ross Miller, aka Dr. Sandman, suggested we do a bachelor auction to raise money. And he said you should be on the Bachelor.
Except I'm not a bachelor.
I know. He told me I should be a bachelor too, but I told him that I am neither single nor a man.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm neither of those things.
Yeah.
I know we're in 2019 and anything can happen, but I don't identify as a man.
True.
So
true. And I'm thankful because you make a much better looking woman.
I identify. If I started talking like this, would you still be my friend, Roger?
Of course. I have transgendered friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I have transgendered friends. I think very highly of them.
What if I
Emily
just, like,
Santosis, big shout out to Emily.
What if I like developed a personality disorder and like part of my personality was like a Jersey Shore boy?
Oh, then I'd fuck you up. I'd kick the shit out of you. And we don't call them Jersey Shore boys. We call them douchebags.
Oh, I mean, I know.
Wearing a fucking, you're going to start wearing fucking Affliction or tap out shirts.
I was thinking Ed Hardy.
Yeah, same shit. It's all garbage.
With like the overly blinged out eagles.
Yeah, the fucking look like you sat there with one of those fucking bedazzlers.
Well, you know, when I had
bedazzler puked all over it.
When I was a child, I had a bedazzler and I totally should have kept it.
Two things.
What?
Number one, you're a girl. Number two, you're into costumes and shit. Before we go, actually, I got two things. Two things I want to show you. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me if it's real or fake. Okay.
Okay.
Oops. Hang on. Let me pull it up.
Do you know that they sell costuming with like boobs printed on them now for girls who are flat chested to make them look like they have boobs?
Really?
Yeah.
How is a Wonder Bra like a Jewish grandmother?
Because it's close to your heart and supportive.
No, they can make mountains out of molehills. All right, I'm going to show you this picture. You tell me if it's real or fake.
That's a real picture. I've totally seen it before. He was teaching us how to count.
Nope.
Or something. I don't know.
It is a real picture. He is really holding, that is Mr. Rogers. He is really holding up his middle fingers. They were singing the song, Where is Thumpkin?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It's your middle finger is tall man. So it's like
Thumpkin?
there's like three
Where
little
is
kids sitting at the
Thumpkin?
table and he's like giving them the double bird.
Yeah.
So that was one. And two, the second thing I want to show you, which I found today at Publix, or actually yesterday at Publix. This was fucking awesome.
Roger Wood, great taste and good. Lumberjack smoked sausage. When I worked at a sushi restaurant that I met Mike at, we had a wine called Ravenswood.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, and the joke was they would hold up the bottle and be like, "Hey, it's Mike," because it's Ravenswood, haha. Because I'm Raven.
You've heard of the automobile manufacturer Rolls-Royce?
See.
Do you know the name of the facility where they are built?
What?
Goodwood. Goodwood.
I mean, as opposed to like
bad wood,
bad cock.
Yeah,
furniture,
and more. There's a wine manufacturer called Cockburn, and another one called Dry Sack. Dry Sack sounds like a medical condition, like dry socket, dry sack.
Oh, dry sack.
Moisten your sacks, kids. Isn't that kind of like saying I have black friends? Yeah, that too. I got some black friends. Stan's gender friend. What else? Anything else from the peanut gallery? What is a bachelor auction? How does one become involved? Asking for a friend. No, you're not.
Who is asking?
Christian. Christian says, I got a Cubano with salami on it this week, and they fucked up. Their pickles were fucking cucumbers. Dude, you need to find a real fucking sandwich shop. Seriously.
First of all, pickles are cucumbers. They're just in a different state of cucumberness.
There you go. Cucumbers are my favorite melon. Second favorite melon.
Okay.
Watermelon, my favorite watermelon.
Yeah, and strawberries are my favorite flowers, and tomatoes are my favorite fruit.
There you go. I don't hate blackbirds. I have a friend that's a raven. Oh, that's funny.
I feel like, I forgot what I was going to say. I had an ADD moment. Sorry. I was talking about cucumbers or something.
All right.
I forgot. It doesn't matter.
What's the difference between being hungry and being horny?
What?
Which hole you put the cucumber in.
Ha ha.
Ha. All right. So that's the show, kids. Appreciate you listening. We do this every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time here on the Facebook and the YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. Charlie said, Viper says, good show, guys. I'm selling tickets. I don't know what he's selling tickets for, but
probably the bachelor auction.
Hell yeah. We should do that.
We should have a bachelor auction for a good cause. And then the boys who are in the bachelor auction don't necessarily have to be bachelors, but they do have to donate their time for like 20 minutes or something.
Okay.
I don't know for what though.
I'm good with doing cucumber. I'm reading the word cucumber. I'm good. I like doing charitable works. I know pickles are cucumbers. These are straight up cucumbers. Yeah. Yeah, you need to go to a fucking real sandwich shop or specifically tell them what you want. Don't just order a Cuban sandwich. Tell them, I want roast pork, ham, Swiss, salami.
This is Christian,
dill
right?
pickles, yeah.
This is Christian we're having
dill
a problem
pickles,
with Cuban sandwiches with.
Yellow mustard, mayonnaise, pressed.
I listened to a podcast. That wasn't ours. Sorry.
That's okay. I listen to a bunch of podcasts.
It was called the Zest Podcast, and they're actually local and food based. And they were talking about the history of the Cuban sandwich and how in one sandwich you see a glimpse of what life in Tampa looked like at the turn of the century. And there was German influence. Yeah. And so for Christian's reference, that's where the Swiss cheese and the yellow mustard came from.
Yeah. Viper says the fight we were going to have at the bar, he's going to sell tickets. You know what?
Oh,
dude, if you can sell tickets to that shit, I will totally fucking do it. And all I ask is that I just get a cut of the sales. That's it.
Wait, I'm going to be go-go dancing. Can I have like $5?
But we'll tip Nicole out generously, of course. But the DJ has to play Kung Fu Fighting while we do it.
We got to get DJ Tim Eros to do it because the other DJs won't. And I have a feeling that Eros will.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
You want to hear a funny story? He was playing this like real white music once. And you know what I mean by white music. Like Journey, like at a nightclub.
Yeah, I like Journey, but just not at a nightclub.
Right. And so somebody was like, hey man, play some rap. You know what he played? The theme song to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That would have been awesome though.
It's like a part of his like song rotation now, because that's like the only rap song he owns.
Justin McDonald, the struggle is real, bro. This show is just fucked up beyond all recognition. You damn right. No open mic show this week, so don't tune into the open mic show because they're not going to be there. Tune into them next Thursday night. We're going to get the fuck out of here. Viper, always a pleasure, bro. I got to come down and see you at work and see Nicole dance and throw dollar bills and salami at her.
I have a bucket for that.
For the salamis?
For the tips.
Oh, all right.
I mean, you can throw them at the stage too.
Okay.
So.
You want a proper Cuban, go to a real Spanish spot, one with illegal immigrants, best Cuban you'll ever get. That's true. Just do it in Tampa, so it's right. By the way, guys, the only podcast I listen to are yours and the Brilliant Idiots. Nice. There's a bunch of other good ones out there, like Open Mic Live, The Newman Show, Legion of Skanks.
Somebody suggested one for us. Hold on, let me tell you real quick what it was.
Yours is the once a week show now part time, like Kevin Holly. Yeah.
She suggested The Wasted Wench is another podcast.
Who suggested that?
My friend Sarah.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it is about, but it sounds like
The Wasted Wench.
Sounds like me.
Sounds like something I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check that out. So, all right, kids, cool. That's the show. Hope you enjoyed watching. We enjoyed doing it for you. We do this again next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time. FUBAR Weekly Show. You guys are awesome. Nicole, what do you got to say?
In light of today's Escort episode, FUBAR out.
Ooh. Toodles.